8 o'clock.
All right, so it's 8 o'clock. Let's go ahead and start. It's Friday. Makes it even better, right? I don't know. Realtors seem to work a lot on weekends, so maybe Friday's not as great for y'all. It's good for me. Hope yesterday was awesome. Hope tomorrow's even better. Talk about how to win today. And here's the thing. I'll start here. Today I woke up slowly, and it's just normally I write my little notes the night before and kind of think about them overnight and whatever and subconscious. I had nothing last night. For whatever reason, I just wasn't feeling it. And then, I kind of conjured on it overnight. I wake up this morning. It's like, oh, geez. All right. What are we going to talk about today? First of all, how can I not talk about it? Let's go through the options. How can I avoid going in? Maybe I'm sick, not feeling good. No, that's not going to work. So yeah, I went through all that. And then I got out and I'm sitting on my couch thinking, okay. What we got, right? And I'm just like, I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. But then I wrote down, I'm at a 5. I'm at a 5, and that's generous because I wasn't even at a 5. But then I started writing, and then it started going. And then I started thinking, okay, how in the world do you get through these days when the malaise is like a fog, a thick fog that rolls in? It's not even rolling. It's already in. And you got to go because you can't not go. It's just, you can't not go. You got to go. Jeff and I were talking. There's many days, right? I just not feel it. 9 out of 10 people won't go, but the 10th will, and the wins will be there. And he's going to go this afternoon. It's going to be 1,000,000 degrees. He's going to be out there and he's going to be like, I'm going. So look out. And that's what you do, right? You get moving. So here I thought, all right, how do I get this going? What's the breakthrough here? And it's movement. When you're not feeling it, exercise, move, go. Too many people eat, sit down and watch social media. Wrong. Move, just start moving. Go shower, get some water on you, get moving and get to the office. Get moving. Get to the office. Start your process at the office. Get moving. And that's what I did. And I got here. Oh my God, what a tug of war. It's like 2 magnets, one at the office pulling me and one at home trying to pull me home, stay at home. And I'm stuck in the middle. And but then I got here, right? Called Jeff. We started our thing, what we do every day, right? And next thing I know, 1 minute. And we're starting. So yeah. The important lesson, not every day is going to be your best. It's not going to be. It's not going to be your best. But that doesn't mean you don't show up. It means you show up harder. You grind harder. Gil came in here the other day. He's on our team. And he's struggling right now. And he says the interesting thing is when I'm struggling, it's even harder for me to do my lead gen. When I should even be doing it more, it's harder for some reason. I find myself in here talking to you about how I'm struggling instead of doing the work, right? Anything. And because it's a dastardly thing when you start rolling and it's momentum and it starts going downhill fast. So you got to start moving. You got to get into whatever you're supposed to get into and just grind until you're no longer grinding, until you're gliding. And that is the difference. So I showed up. Here we are. We're having this conversation. We're going to talk about it. Jeff, tell me about your 90-degree ride this afternoon. What's your situation?
Well, it's going to be 94 here is what it says. But even the last week, my friends, hey, is anyone riding? No, it's too windy, too hot, too this, too that. But here's the thing. I have found over my years is when you show up on those days, good things happen. I don't know why. It's like you're fighting your brain. Mm-hmm. Your brain's telling you take off. It's okay. You don't have to do this. But if you do, it's like could be a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
Good things happen.
You got to do it.
You benefit. You gain. I don't know. You get better. It helps you.
Isn't it weird though how the whole universe is saying don't do it, don't do it?
Mm-hmm. Well, there's two struggle points. One is when you're doing well, the struggle can be I don't have to.
Yep. Yep.
And when you're doing poorly, the struggle is, I don't want to. And there's a general saying that I say is, when you're having a great day, show up. Somebody else needs you.
There you
And
go.
when
I like that.
When you're having a bad day, show up. You need the group. And yeah, you need to show up to a place where their people are. But I mean, that's the thing is, take a penny, leave a penny, right?
Yep. It works. It works in work. It works in exercise. It works in faith. It works in whatever. Just start moving. Just get some momentum in the positive direction, and things will work out. It may not be your best day. You might not win the lottery that day. You may not do whatever that day, but you're going to do something, and something's more than you had. And who knows where that leads.
John, you're not going to win the lottery. Only one lucky soul out of 300 million, but you will win the day. I mean, that's the key, is don't expect to win the lottery. Expect to win the day. And that's earned by showing up.
But you could.
You could.
You could.
You won't.
Even though I don't play it,
Yeah,
I still
don't
think
either.
about it from time to time. I win it every time I don't play it, I suppose. Julie, give me some insight.
I was just thinking about one of the things that Darren Hardy says in his book, Compounding Effect. And if anyone's read that book, basically it's the little things that you do every single day. And he gives an example about Michael Phelps and how Michael Phelps won all these medals. And he said, Michael Phelps didn't win all those medals the moment he won all those medals. He won those medals every time he got up at 4 o'clock and 3 o'clock and got in the pool when he didn't feel like it. He did it every day, every day, every day. And like you say, John, every day may not be your best day. And, there's days of rest, but it's the practice, it's the discipline, it's the showing up. And you go there and, maybe it won't be your fastest ride with your best metrics when it's 94 degrees in a headwind, but you grow, you expand. Your mind is like a rubber band. And when you let the rubber band shrink by saying, I don't feel like it, you're shrinking your possibilities. When you stretch yourself, when you don't feel like it, that's when you grow. And that's when you have experienced the most growth. And more than the growth that you get that day, it's a mindset of I can overcome. And that's the biggest part of it.
Vanessa Gardner on here. Good morning, New Orleans. We like that. This reminds me, that comment, Julie, reminds me of something. And Jeff, you and I talk about it all the time. It's Clint Eastwood. Don't let the old man in, right? As soon as you don't go in, as soon as you give in, it just opens the door for the next day and the next thing, right? Don't let the old man in. In that story, if you don't know, he was asked by Toby Keith about how he keeps making these movies. Clint Eastwood somewhere around 175 years old right now, and he keeps making these movies. Yeah. And Toby Keith asked him, how are you doing that? Why are you doing that? How do you get out? And he just said, I don't let the old man in. I'm just not going to do it. And he just keeps showing up every day. And here he is. So I think it's a kind of the same thing. If you're not feeling it and you choose to take the day off, now it's good to take days off, but have them be planned days off.
In training, that's called active recovery.
There you go. There you go.
That's exactly right.
Your recovery is actually planned.
But don't take the day off just because you're not feeling it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Those are the days you want to take on.
Well, and for me, I can't afford to take a whole day off. There's times even when I'm legionning, it's like, okay, that was a bad call. I'm going to take 10, 15 minutes, step away, and then I got to get back into it. A whole day is too much for me.
Nice.
So it's showing up.
Right. We like that. Yeah. So that's really good, Destiny. It's that's one of the benefits of being fairly newer or being wherever you are, I guess, not being at where you want to be, I suppose, is what it is, especially if there's a financial component. But it's weird because we were talking about it earlier. There's people that have plenty of dollars, but it isn't enough because they have some other penalty that's being imposed on them by not having more. So they're driven. How much is too much? I don't know. How little is not enough or whatever. Whatever the question
That's
is.
because in the brain, the fight or flight, the avoidance part of your brain is stronger than the pleasure. So you will avoid dying versus chasing, success.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why people who are running from something will run faster than people who are running toward.
Yeah. Yeah.
This person said they make more money on painkillers than vitamins.
Wow.
Yeah.
Especially if it's
heard that.
Ozempic or whatever it
That
is.
sums it right up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at any rate, and Fridays, this kicks in even more because now you're going into 2 off days anyway, or lesser days perhaps. So you don't want to lose a Friday. You really want to win your Fridays because that'll allow you to win your week. Your first Monday through Thursday could be horrible, but if you win Friday, it's like in golf. If you win the 18th hole, they got you coming back. Rarely is the 18th hole the hardest hole in golf. They need you to come back, right? So it's the same thing here. Win your Fridays. Set your Fridays up such that you can win and go into the weekend feeling really, really good about what you've accomplished. And even better, maybe, is what's ahead. Is what matters. So
What's ahead? Like tie yourself to your vision, and whether your compelling goal is something that you're drawn toward, or something you're running from. Tie yourself to hopefully what you're running toward. But as we know, the pain is the thing that pushes. So what are you running from? What are you trying to avoid? Is the IRS chasing you down? Is someone threatening your children? If there's something like that, you're going to do whatever it takes to protect your children, for example. So tie yourself to that goal, that thing that gives you momentum.
Mark, you anybody else got anything on that? Destiny, anyone?
Yeah, I do. A couple things. One is Happy Father's Day to all you fathers on Sunday, right? And then, John, some people are having trouble getting on. So tell them, if you're watching this on a recording, go to John Moran's Facebook page.
Yeah, if you just go to John Moran, you'll see the shell thing there. This is where we broadcast now. It's the only place we got. The link should be, or there's not even a link. It's on live right now. If you go there right now, it'll be on live. Yeah. So if you can't get it, I guess.
Well, the easiest thing is at 8:00, go into the search of Facebook and type in John Moran.
Oh, yes.
You'll see that little thing with it's circled and it says live, and you can jump right into the line conversation. And I would just say, thanks, Jeff. I would also say, if you're watching this, join in the conversation, ask your questions, make your comments. This makes it better as you ask questions. It's good to see Vanessa from New Orleans. It's good to know that we're reaching out beyond just this area.
Yeah. And Bianca's on here on the regular. We love that.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Bianca. Oklahoma. Am I remembering this right? Is she from Oklahoma? I think so. Right? It's where the wind blows, I hear.
It's where they grow our food, kind of like North Dakota.
Yeah.
My daughter's there. Yeah.
So at any rate, here we are on Friday. You got an opportunity to win the day and win the week, plus set yourself up to do really cool things for next week. Jennifer Cook in Navarre.
Yeah.
We love Navarre. How about? Well, that's a different conversation. We love Navarre, right?
Woo!
It's one of the
Stephen Rick's on too. He was on all the time when we were on that other.
Hey, if y'all don't know where Navarre is, which is a secret, right? People around here barely know. Google it. It's one of the prettiest places on earth that nobody knows about. One of the few places where you can go to the sandy beaches and not have to fight the umbrella police.
Destiny lives in Navarre.
I grew up there.
There you go. There you go.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's very cool. But all right, so we could ram all day on how great it is wherever y'all are. But really what I want to do this morning is let you know you're not always going to be on an 11 on a 10 scale. Often you're going to be on a barely 1. And in those times, do not let the old man in. Do not give in to that. It is not the time to give in. It's time to get on it, push harder, right? And just start moving. Create a little plan that will allow you to win the day. Make it hard enough. It's not just super easy and doesn't have any relevance, but make sure it's not so hard you can't do it. You don't want to set up for failure, right? And do that and do it until you're done. And then you go home feeling good The music sounds better. The everything's better, right? Pet your dog. Love your spouse. All that stuff.
There
Okay.
you go.
There it is. It's Friday. Let's win.
Let's
Happy
win.
Father's Day,
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
Yep.
Happy Father's Day.
See you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye.